to another Analog. I'm your host, Lisa Foyles, and today we're gonna be doing one thing and one thing only: killing Nazis. The Wolfenstein franchise has completely revived itself with the New Order, a brand new FPS for 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The game has a simplicity that feels familiar and an emotional story we never saw coming. So if you want more, look no further. Here are games similar to Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, what is the New Order? Well, let's just say that history has been rewritten so that the Nazis won World War II. Yikes. Fast forward to the 60s, and our hero BJ Blazkowicz wakes up to this terror, and his story of survival and resistance begins. Now, if you like the New Order because of this surprisingly in-depth story, you might want to give Metro Last Light a try. Following Metro 2033, a post-apocalyptic Russia suffers from such hostile environments, mutants, and unbreathable air that you're forced to live underground. The story is similar in the sense that the protagonist is struggling with what's happened in the past, horrified by events that have occurred which led to this now out-of-control world. Wolfenstein sometimes suffers from an identity crisis, going from cheeseball to, oh yeah, we should probably be respectful about the war. Metro does not have this problem. It knows exactly what it is. Metro nails its dystopian tone perfectly, with ravaged tunnel settings that feel much like the dingy industrial locations of New Order. It keeps things very dark while recognizing just the right time to add in a lighthearted piece of dialogue.
Let's drink to the fact we are still alive, huh?
You'll also appreciate the added fantasy elements such as mutants and mutated wildlife, which might remind you of the robot dogs from New Order. The biggest difference between the two games is you'll rarely gun down 100 enemies. It's more about scurrying around in quiet fear that you're gonna die at any moment. So, have fun with that. And just as a side note, Metro 2033 and Last Light are being released as a pack for the new consoles this summer, so keep an eye out. One of the coolest perks about the New Order is, well, the perks. The game is very conducive to your playstyle, similar to Dishonored. Wolfenstein allows you to upgrade certain abilities without needing skill points. You simply play the way you want to, and that ability will become stronger and easier. Dishonored shares this playability. Dishonored lets you be creative. How do you want to kill this guy? Do you want to shoot him, spear him, knife him? And speaking of knife him, Wolfenstein has been praised for its stealth features, and similarly, Dishonored thrives on allowing you to sneak around and take out enemies before they even know you're there. Dishonored is first person and set in a past time period, yes, but in this game, you have superpowers. You'll lightning zap someone with your left hand while slitting a throat with your right. Again, it's conducive to your style of playing. The best power is called Blink, which lets you warp forward a short distance and say to an enemy, "Surprise, I just came out of nowhere and shanked you." If only we had that against the Nazis. Come on. Wolfenstein sets itself apart from other current shooters by stripping back a lot of the modern FPS cliches and playing like an old-school shooter. It ends up feeling a lot like Half-Life 2. How many shooters these days make you pick up health packs instead of hiding behind a boulder until you mysteriously recover? It's a throwback to the way shooters used to play. Plus, both Wolfenstein and Half-Life 2 encourage you to walk around and chat with NPCs. One minute it's explosive fights, the next it's low-key exploration. You learn about your world by eavesdropping and paying attention to details. There's also a similar sense of atmosphere. BJ Blazkowicz awakens to find the world enslaved by Nazis. Gordon Freeman awakens from stasis to find the world enslaved by aliens. Both are bad. Those are bad things. You're part of the resistance. You depend on fellow survivors. Things are really bleak, and you're not sure if the good guy's gonna pull it off in the end. If you loved Wolfenstein's laser craftwork gun, then get ready for Half-Life 2's gravity gun. Wielding this thing is the reason we love first-person shooters. We don't care if it's realistic. We don't care if it's outrageous. We care that it's fun as hell. And this gun is fun as hell. Yes, you've heard everyone rave about Half-Life 2, including Molyneux's kid, so it's time you crowbarred up and gave it a try. Tweet me at Lisa Foyles and let me know which games remind you of Wolfenstein: The New Order, and then come back and see me next time for another episode of Analog.